also. Also, it's full of fleas too, like Luna was. I just pulled, no joke, about 50 fleas off of him. Poor old guy. Poor old guy. Hey, also. Say hello to YouTube. Hey. Say hello to YouTube. He's the head honcho here. He's the head muchacho. Hombre Jeffy. Hombre Jeffy also. So yeah, had a good day. Figured out the Vocho's problems. You see, he's still chewing on himself. Poor guy. So I worked on the Vocho today. Just listened to some Ertminger. And it was a good day. Figured out the problem. It wasn't my fuel that was bad. It was my center connector connection to the distributor, from the distributor to the coil, I guess. And it wasn't connected properly. Very strange. So I'm really happy. I don't know how well the sun is setting to the west here, so I don't know how well the exposure is here. Probably not great. But yeah, so the bike's fixed. You see the bike sitting down there. See the bike is fixed. And I'm just defleeing also. Trying to get the fleabers off this poor guy. We'll get them off. We'll get them fleabers off you, buddy. So the bike and the car are in good, fairly good working. I had to repatch my tire again today. The Bendejo shop, they put a plug in it and left like an inch hanging out of the plug. Like couldn't even cut it off to seal it. Bendejo's 20 pesos. That's all their work is worth. So the chickens are adjusting to Luna a little bit. Oh, I spoke too soon. Luna! No! Hey! Psst. Luna! No! Luna! No! Okay, we have some serious wrenching going on the Vocho. People. Abraham's coming to my rescue once again. So we'll see how this works. This is a lever, which which pushes on the fuel pump. What's that is?
Good afternoon.
Brian, see? You know his name?
Mande?
What is his name?
Ask him in English.
What's your name?
Nicolás.
Nicholas. See? Say hola YouTube, Nicholas.
Digas hola YouTube.
Hello.
Hello.
Un canal en YouTube.
See?
He's Ericsson.
Yeah, Ericsson. Okay, see. Senior Eric works for Senior Abraham and Francisco in the shop here. So hopefully this works, because we call this Bendejo bug bad bug now. She's the bad bug. He's like a bad dog, a bad perro. So yeah, yesterday I had a sneaking feeling I was going to have a fuel problem. I thought I was having fuel problems, but it was electrical. Now I'm having fuel problems. So I took it for a drive to go get a fuel pump, and turns out I didn't actually need a fuel pump. It's the lever that I showed you underneath the fuel pump. So now I have a spare fuel pump. So we're just about to crank over the engine to see if we got fuel coming out the discharge of the pump. If we do, we should be good to go, amigos. So we had to pull the distributor shaft to give better access to remove the fuel pump. So now we just put the distributor shaft back in and connecting the lines to the fuel pump. I put a new filter, new pump, new lever, new life. What do you think, Abraham? Your life, she gonna fire?
Yeah.
She's gonna fire. She's growing so fast, guys. Look at the size of her now. And there's also an amigo. They always chill at my feet, these two. Oh, the kettle's boiling. Just working on the Vocho still, guys. Needs new wires now. The Vocho needs new wires. So I'm just having a coffee break and I'll get back at it. So yes, my amigos, this car's been really challenging as well as the motorcycle. Both required a lot of work and still a lot more, I think, on the car. But you know, I'm just trying to get it roadworthy. So I went on a short, well, fairly long trip to pick up parts for it last week, and it ran good all the way to Sawyas, and on the way back it started. So that was the coil wire was coming loose off the distributor cap. So I thought it was a fuel problem. We thought we were running out of fuel, and luckily there was a fuel station, and we filled up with fuel, and it seemed to run again. And then it bogged a couple more times coming home. Bog. It didn't want. It wasn't firing right, and so I changed the fuel filter, and I thought that was, you know, was the first thing you try, the fuel filter, then the pump, and then go from there. Well, check all the lines first and everything, of course, and for leaks and whatnot. So I replaced a few short lines that were quite weathered and rotten, and I'm getting there. We're getting there. Abraham's helped me a lot because him and his father and his brothers, they all have Vochos, and they modify them. So you know, I'm lucky, blessed to have these guys help me. So we had to machine the plunger on the metal lathe. You know, take about, I think, 3 or 4 millimeters off that plunger I showed you earlier, and it seems to be building pressure now. But it wouldn't build pressure until we hooked up all the wires, all the hoses, pardon me. So last week I got a nasty shock off the coil, right? The coil wire, the center wire on the distributor going to the coil. And I was like, whoa, you know, something's wrong. And sure enough, yeah, Abraham got a little zap today, and I actually had a mechanic found the coil wire loose after the trip to Sawyas for the Vocho parts to this cool little Volkswagen shop. It's the only place within this whole district, 2 districts, to get Vocho parts. So yeah, I'm lucky to have that fairly close too. So I was able to get the piston or whatever, the plunger off the fuel pump to the camshaft, you know. Abraham machined it a little bit, like took about 4 or 5 mil off it, and it seems to be okay. It fired up. We had to pour gas in the carburetor to get it to fire, and so everything's hooked back up. I said, well, we were gonna give up. Basically, we were about to give up because it wouldn't build up pressure until I said, well, let's try hooking up all the wires, all the hoses, to the pumps and what, to the engine. And of course he said, let's try pour the gas in the carburetor, and a couple tries it fired up and it built up pressure, so it's good. And then that's when Abraham got his little shock, I think, off the distributor, like I did. Not a little one. It's a good zap, 12-volt direct current. Jeez. That hurts. I've got zapped by 110 too. They both tingle a little bit. So there's that. So I just made a coffee here, and can't work too hard in Mexico. So I'm taking a break. It's been overwhelming. I had a flat tire, fixed it, got it fixed temporary. They put a plug in it, didn't hold. My amigo, he's actually got a bicycle shop, Senior Yil, good guy. He's in my video of the parade on the horse. He comes over and shakes my hand on the horse. That was pretty cool. So he's a good guy, but he doesn't have the tire equipment. When he took a sledgehammer and a chisel and he managed to patch that tire, his patch held. Your patch held, Gil, but the resealing of the rim didn't, from all the wax with the chisel. So I took it to the shop and they just smoothed out the rim a little bit, and so third fix on the tire, and So I have a spare fuel pump now. I didn't need a fuel pump, apparently. So it's good to have a spare. It's good to have double everything on a boat show, spare everything. So a fuel pump, a fuel filter, accelerator cable, and a clutch cable. Always have spares on boat shows, I'm told. So, and there's a few other things I'm forgetting likely. So there's that. But thank you, Abraham, brother. Appreciate it. So I'm gonna vamoose off to get the distributor wires, and hopefully that's it. This thing's getting very, very expensive. Okay, I'll talk to you later. There. That puts the dogs more in perspective, eh, guys? So Oso's a big boy, and I think Luna's gonna be a big girl. The size of her legs, the length of her legs, almost as long as Oso already. It's crazy how fast she's growing. Okay, we rolling. Hey, hola amigos. So I'm at the Vocho shop here in San Jose de Gracia again, my amigos. They treat me well here, and yeah, it's been a challenge with this Vocho to get everything, all the bugs, no pun intended, out of it. Many bugs. So I'm getting there. Today is emergency brake day. The cable emergency. So that's going to be great to have that working. Adjust my brakes again because my front brakes are already out of adjustment. So yes, it's been a challenge here in Mexico to get to find, you know, good workmanship and honest people that actually help you out and not just want to make a peso off you. So yeah, it's hot. It's been really hot here the last few days. I haven't been able to make too many videos. See the palm tree there in the distance. Autoservicios Zavala. That's the name of the shop, I think. S Diagnostics. He does all kinds of stuff here. See if I can get that for you guys. You see that? Hope you can see it. So if you need help in San Jose de Gracia, come see this amigo. With a Vocho anyway. Any cars. I see him working on all kinds of cars there. Japanese. He's a school mechanic. He went to school. So there's that. But sometimes hands-on is better than school. There's that too. Anyway, so today is Saturday. Beautiful day. I haven't been making too many videos because I've been busy with the Vocho and the Moto. So I think I'm getting, you know, I'm winning. Let's put it that way. Today I'm winning so far. Que tengo un buen días. Have a great day. Adios.